Hey guys, Richard Holder here, and welcome to the channel. Today it's all about late model Hemi performance. Sure, you can add more power with like an intake manifold, ported heads, and especially with a Hemi, a camshaft. But nothing adds power like power adders. So what am I talking about? We're talking about nitrous, blowers, and turbos. At the risk of upsetting you all, motor crowd, nothing adds power to any motor, including the late model Hemi, like power adders. Today we're going to take a look at 3 different tests, actually 4. We're going to add nitrous to a 5.7 liter Hemi. We're going to add a KENNE supercharger to a 6.1 liter Hemi. Then we're going to add a turbo to a bone stock Junkyard 5.7. Then I'm also going to show you what happens when we added boost from an even bigger turbo to an even bigger Hemi. Let's check it out. To illustrate the effectiveness of power adders on a late model Gen 3 Hemi, we're going to start off with nitrous oxide, just like we did with the LS and small block Ford and Chevy and big block and stuff. Nitrous oxide has a lot of things going for it, which is why I like it. First of all, it's easy to install. It takes, a few hours to get a whole kit on and working. You can add lots of power with nitrous oxide. It's adjustable with different jetting, so you can add big power gains to almost any combination. Also, it's very affordable. Nitrous oxide kits are fairly inexpensive, especially in relation to how much power you get from that kit. So to get things started, we're going to take a look at a 5.7 liter, an early 5.7 liter Hemi. This was a Mopar Performance crate motor, but basically it's the same as a junkyard motor that you would go get from the wrecking yard. It's an early 5.7 Hemi from a Dodge Ram. This one had some modifications to it. It had a set of ported early heads. It had the Comp Extreme Energy 273 cam, which at the time was basically the biggest cam that they offered of the 3 that they offered in the catalog for the late model Hemi. The motor also came from Mopar Performance with a single plane Mopar Performance intake manifold designed to accept either a carburetor or a 4150 4-hole throttle body, because it also had ports for injectors. We ran this thing with a set of 1 7/8 long tube headers and a Holley HP management system. Before adding the nitrous, our naturally aspirated 5.7 produced 479 horsepower and 403 foot-pounds of torque. Here's what happened after we added a fairly inexpensive sniper plate nitrous system, and we just sandwiched the plate between the 4-hole throttle body and the single plane intake manifold. The NOS kit, the sniper kit, was inexpensive and adjustable. We put I think it was a 46 jet and a 40 fuel jet in it, because we were running, the reason that we had such a big fuel jet on this combination is because we were running low pressure fuel, basically carbureted pressure fuel, to our nitrous system and not the fuel injection fuel. So run with our plate NOS kit with a 46 nitrous jet. The power output jumped to 595 horsepower. We had a little spike here that was over 600, 605 on the activation, but that's just a spike. This thing kind of leveled out. We got nice solid gains all the way through the curve, meaning we had a good tune on this thing. We retarded the timing by 3 degrees. We ran this thing on pump gas and everything worked out great. As you can see, adding nitrous to anything, whether it's this motor, this combination, this modified combination, you can also add this same kit to a stock Hemi or an even wilder one, a stroker version. Whenever you add this much nitrous, it's going to add this kind of power. Now let's find out what happens when we add boost from a supercharger. There are a number of different supercharger systems available for the late model Hemi. You've got stuff from Magnuson, ProCharger, Vortec, TorqueStorm. The one that we're showing you here actually came from the guy, and also Whipple. This one actually came from the guys at KENNE Bell. So this was a 6.1 liter, an SRT8 motor originally. It was equipped with forged internals, forged rods, forged pistons, stock crankshaft. It had a set of ported heads from Bryce over at Dr. J's back when he was doing stuff. This was a low compression motor. It was about 9-to-1. It had the same XFI or Extreme Energy camshaft that we ran in the nitrous example, which was the 273 cam, and that's a 547, 550. lift, 224, 228 degree duration, and 114 degree lobe separation. And we had 1 3/4 long tube headers on it with collector extensions. We had this one had the SRT8 intake manifold on it when we ran it naturally aspirated. We had big injectors on it, and again, Holley HP management system. So run and naturally aspirated trim before installing a KENNE supercharger. This thing made 490 horsepower and 453 foot-pounds of torque. Here's what happened after we installed the KENNE supercharger, and we first started with a 4-inch blower pulley. And this was a 3.6 liter blower, so plenty of capacity. I think Mahovitz has made somewhere near 1,500 with this blower, so there's plenty of potential with the supercharger itself. This thing was run with the big throttle body that KENNE offers, and this thing produced over 940 horsepower and over 820 foot-pounds of torque. Here's what happened. I'll go ahead and put the peak boost level up there for you. Here's what happened when we changed the pulley. We went down from a 4-inch pulley to a 3.75 pulley, spun the blower faster, and this thing made over 1,000 horsepower. We ran it out a little bit farther in the RPM range just so we could get to the 1,000 horsepower number, because, you know, when you get close, you want to have that number. So here out at 7,000, this thing made 1,003. Peak torque was over 880 foot-pounds. And then finally, we wanted to not rev the motor out quite as far, so we did the next best thing. Put a smaller pulley on it, this case down to a 3.5-inch pulley, so that we could still make over 1,000 horsepower, but do it at 6,500 RPM. So this thing made nearly 1,020. Peak torque was over 910 foot-pounds of torque. So you can see we're doing little railroad tracks here things when we're increasing the boost level. Now this was quite a bit of boost, especially with the smallest pulley, but it just goes to show you that this is a 4-digit power level deal. You have a good NA combination, you add some boost to it from a good supercharger. This supercharger on the right combination, like I said, could go to 1,500 if that's what you wanted to do and you had a combination that would do that. But boost and a late model Hemi, especially one with ported heads and camshafts, works really well. Now let's check out what happens when we added a turbo. It should already be obvious that power adders and Hemi work well together just like they do with every other combination that we tested it on. Now we're going to take a look at running a single turbo on actually 2 different Hemi combinations to show you different power levels. This one actually was a 2006 Dodge Ram 5.7 motor that I bought online, and because I couldn't find one locally. But we got a 5.7 Hemi and just basically ran it all stock. We ran it with a Holley HP management system. We didn't run the stock Dodge Ram headers, which are fairly restrictive. We ran the SRT8 stock exhaust manifolds on this and collector extensions. We put larger injectors in it because we were going to be running boost on it. And I did this test actually for David Freiberger at Hot Rod when we ran a stock Hemi and a stock 462 valve and a stock LS. All wrecking yard motors, just bone stock, and then we just added boost to them, and this is an example of that. So this was a 5.7 Hemi 2006 early one, and run in stock trim. Obviously we have an optimized tune, no accessories, open exhaust, so it makes more power than it's rated at. But this thing made 381 horsepower, you know, stock cam, stock head, stock intake manifold, 418 foot-pounds of torque. The only thing I did have to do on this motor was we had to convert the drive-by-wire factory throttle body to a manual version, and we just took everything apart and welded an arm on it so that we could, I think on this one, I may have even just used vice grips and wrapped a cable around it. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But here's what happened when we added a single turbo, and we just ran a turbo kit using the factory exhaust manifolds. That's not it. It's this one. So here, and you can see that the turbo version, the boosted version, the curves just mirror the stock ones because we had a nice consistent boost curve provided by the single turbo that we chose. I think that this was a 76 millimeter from the guys at CX Racing because that's what we had on hand. Yeah, we had an air to water intercooler, and it was the 76 from CX Racing. This one was with 18 or 19 degrees of total timing, and everything worked out really well. You can see good power curve. So even a bone stock motor with boost on a 5.7 Hemi, you can make good power with. And if you want to make like lots and lots of power, I'll show you what happened. And this is the one that I clicked on previously. You can take a look. This was actually a small stroker version of a 5.7 Hemi. It had ported heads. It had a decent sized camshaft in it. And then it had, more importantly than anything, it had a big turbo on it. This one had a 76 millimeter, a 76-75 precision, big billet wheel CEA deal. And we ran the boost up to about 17 pounds on that combination because it made more power than the stock one did NA. And also made more under boost. This thing went all the way up to 1,050. So easily, 4-digit power level and 900 and over 910 foot-pounds of torque. This combination, it's easy. You get a naturally aspirated motor that makes lots of power, and then you add boost. Let's get to our conclusion. Okay guys, here's where I normally ask you, okay, what did we learn today from these 3 or 4 tests? Well, obviously we learned that nitrous works on a motor. We learned that adding a KENNE bell adds lots of boost and lots of power. And then we can make lots of power with a turbo, especially if we have a modified motor. But what I'd like to do now is maybe like pull the curtain back and look behind the scenes. Let's start out with nitrous. Yes, we added this plate nitrous system to our modified Hemi, slightly modified, and it made a big power gain. But here's the important part, and the part that you should be taking away from all of these tests, especially with nitrous. If you take this plate nitrous system and apply it to any motor, doesn't have to be a Ford, Chevy, Dodge, whatever it is, it could be a stock one, could be a modified one, could be a race motor. If you put this much nitrous and this much extra fuel in, you're going to get that power gain. If we put this plate on a stock motor, it's going to add that much power. If we put it on a modified motor like we did, it's going to add that much power. If we put it on a race motor, it's going to add that much power. You don't have to be real specific about the combination when you're adding nitrous. That's one of the great things about nitrous. The same thing happened with the KENNE bell. We could take that KENNE bell spinning that fast and apply it to a lot of different combinations. I like the fact that we added it to a late model Hemi. Hemis have good head flow. You can put lots of camshafts in them. They work very well, especially when you add boost. That blower will support over 1,500 horsepower. So if we had a wilder combination and we could take advantage of what that blower had to offer, we could make even more power. Now, obviously, turbos, the sky's the limit. I wanted to show you on that particular test, if we just add boost to a bone stock motor, which anybody can go get right from the wrecking yard, you can make good power. 600 horsepower and over 600 foot-pounds of torque is going to be a lot of fun in anything that I wanted to show you. Also, hey, we're not limited at 600 horsepower. If you build a modified motor or if you put a bigger turbo on it, you're going to make even more power. And that really is the beauty of power adders. I'm Richard Holder. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Do all that stuff. I'll keep testing.